race of the One Hub Season 14 here in the Precision tier. It is time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. My name is Austin Smith and I welcome you to this race. My co-commentator for tonight, Sam, is going to join us later because he is literally driving in the podium tier right now. However, we also have our usual guest for qualifying at least every single time now. Ever since we started this little bit of tradition, Cam, how are you doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah, we could tell. Yeah, hopefully you do get better over the next couple of weeks with your is it a cold or is it worse than that?
Oh yeah, I never told anyone in the league racing circle. It started out as a cold, but it became over the past week it became a upper respiratory infection.
Oh, that's not nice, but yeah, get better soon. But you told me before you are already on the way of recovery, already feeling better than last week.
I'm about 90-95%.
There you go. That's good enough.
Closer to 90, but
and you are contributing to the 16 driver strong field here today. Oh no,
gosh,
because I just realized because I'm the one streaming, that means I have to put on the full track map and not just the mini map. Oh, that's going to be a nuisance for my eyes. But yeah, it is Abu Dhabi. It is, I would say a track not that many drivers do like. But it is the season finale. And we are going to be here for 28 laps in the race and obviously 18 minutes in qualifying. And
I should mention that I haven't touched this game since last week.
Oh,
you being sick.
Well, you are the highest ranked driver in the standings who still has to fight for his position. The top four are all settled. They cannot move up, they cannot move down. White Fountain is P1, Lukey is P2, Chris is P3, and Simon is P4. That is settled.
Who's behind me?
King Jorrit, 13 points, and Scorpion, 17 points.
All right, I'll take.
So you could, but no, don't do that. But yeah,
I mean, if I take all three of us out, no one's going to move up places.
You could get disqualified from the whole championship, though. Let's face it. If you do that, I mean, you just announced it. If you now follow through, yeah, I think you might get disqualified from the whole championship.
What if it's an accident?
I mean, that's what you're gonna have to make it look like. But yeah, we are on track here. I think Vitinho is the first one out on track, and for him, obviously last time wasn't so great. Started in P6, and then unfortunately suffered a DNF in Brazil. So for him, it's also about one position at least in the championship. He has 8 points ahead of TB. Can he move up? No, he can move up, but only with a win on Scorpion, and if Scorpion scores a 0. So the gap is 25 points there between the two. So he could theoretically move up, but he would have to win, and Scorpion would have to score a 0 for that to happen, which seems quite unlikely. But 8 points, the gap between him and TB, and TB isn't even here, so that's also... He's got a spot save! That's basically what we're learning here. Vitinho pretty much safe in 8th place then in the standings, with TB not showing up, his teammate as well. But let's see the first lap of this qualifying session, the first hot lap. He hasn't invalidated his lap yet, but let's see. He's coming towards the end of the first DRS, straight through this chicane here of turns 8 and 9, and this left-hander here counts as turn 10 officially. Second DRS zone, and then the slowest sector starts right at the end here with the triple chicane of 11, 12, 13. And of course, purple second sector, he is the first one to set a second sector time, so obviously that is going to happen through this double right-hander here, 15, 16. In the second one, you have to brake already for turn 17. Really tricky, that one, and then it's really just a bunch of almost 90-degree corners, pretty much reminiscent of Russia, I feel like. And we get to the final corner of turn 21. And very important here, the exit speed. Get to the line as quickly as possible. And it is a 135.8 for him. Instantly bested by Scorpion 35.2. SLR Hamilton 35.0. And we are going to see some more times coming through. There is a Ferrari on his way. That seems invalid. Cam 36.6. Cam, what's going on? Where did you make a mistake? I mean, look, if you're 1.5 seconds off on the same tire as SLR Hamilton, you must have made a mistake somewhere, right?
I was saving the RS more than.
There you go. Okay, yeah, that explains it too. Dexter
do a full hot lap in hot lap modes for some stupid reason. So
that is true. For those viewers who don't know, who don't have that much experience on this game, you cannot do a full hot lap on the 5 ERS mode. Zach Jarvis has put it in the wall somewhere. What happened?
I think he may have on the map. Looks like he may have clipped the curb going through. I'm on board with White Fountain, and he's on the right side here. That was him. Yeah, that was him. You can still see him on the right side there, on the very right side of the screen. Now we have yellow flags, sector 1, 2, and 3, but sector 3 gone very quickly. That is someone going into the pits, as far as I can tell. Might have been Jorit or Aero. Another yellow flag. That is that you, Cam? It's you. That was out of turn 14 and into 15. But now yellow flag sector 3 is what. Cam, is that you again? I'm letting people by. Shush.
There you go. I see. But so we have our first, I would say, top times here, really. Chris in the Ferrari has one-upped White Fountain. He is on provisional pole with a 134.4. White Fountain 34.6, Lukey 34.8, and then SLR Hamilton 35.0, but on the mediums. So I think, again, we have 4 very competitive drivers there that we can see in the top 4 in the standings right now. SLR Hamilton, ever since he came into the league, he's really made his mark. I mean, he only has 36 points in the standings, but out of, 3 races, I think? He got 2 second places and a DNF. And even in that DNF, he could have easily scored another second place or even a win. So, ever since he came into the league, ever since he came into the Precision tier, he's so far, I feel like, been the only one who could challenge White Fountain. Chris and Lukey, sure, they were able to do it at times during the season, but, I mean, if you look at the championship, you can easily see that White Fountain basically just walked away with it. He was the first one in all the one-hub tiers to claim the championship. So, with SLR Hamilton coming in here, I think he might be the favorite for next season, for Season 15. And speaking of Season 15 just today has been announced. The sign-ups open February 28th, so in 2 weeks from now, sign-ups will open for Season 15 of One Hub Racing. There's a couple changes that are going to come with it. Qualifying night is going to return. That's one very big thing. Qualifying night means when the tiers are decided, it will all happen in one night. Mandatory 2 stops are back. No more 1-stop boredom. We're getting 2 stops each race from everyone. Unless they don't finish, obviously. The Media Day experience for the drivers will be more in-depth than ever. There will be trophies and prizes now, not only for the winning drivers in the championship and the winning team, but for the top 3 drivers. So if Lukey and Chris could keep up their performance from this season, in next season they would get trophies and prizes as well. The prizes are going to be £20 of PSN credits, and obviously the trophy Second place will get £10 on PSN and his trophy. And third place will get a One Up Racing baseball cap and a trophy. And for the team champ, I don't know what the money prize is going to be, but obviously it will be a trophy as well to come along with it. As always, One Hub remains the only league to offer points for fastest lap inside and outside the top 10. Inside the top 10, that's what everyone does. But if you're outside the top 10, you get the fastest lap. You also get a point still for next season. That is not going anywhere. Also, it's absolutely fantastic that One Hub has just today announced the continuation of the partnership with both Next Level Racing and the Mental Health Foundation. Next Level Racing, next season, just like this season, will sponsor a wheel stand for each driver champion. So they can choose once again between the racing stand and the racing stand light. And if you want to get a Next Level Racing wheel stand, or you just want to find out what else they have, nextlevelracing.com if you want to find out about them. And the Mental Health Foundation is the official One Hub Racing charity. If you want to find out more about their work, go to mentalhealth.org.uk. And I think the last big thing that came out of the trailer today was that there will be a season entry fee of £5 for every driver, unless they're race premium. Race premium drivers are not going to have to pay that season entry fee because they already paid $9.99 on the year. But I'm very interested in the effect that is going to have, because I feel like it always makes people more committed if you make them put their money where their mouth is. And with the amount of driver changes we have seen, not just here in the Precision tier, but throughout all the tiers of One Hub, introducing a season entry fee like that, a small one at that, £5 isn't exactly a huge amount of money. I think we could see a lot less driver changes and a lot more commitment from some of the drivers who are going to join up for Season 15. More details about Season 15, how to register and everything else on onehub.racing.com, as we are going to watch the final 6.5 minutes here of qualifying. What's going on, Cam?
Jeff has just informed me that we're top of the speed trap.
Great. I mean, that's you got that going for you, which is nice. Now you just have to work everywhere else, you know. But you're still on your. Let me see. You're still on your medium lap time. So it's, there's still some time. But SOR Hamilton on his first soft time beats out White Fountain and Chris with the 134.1. I think we're going to drop into the 133s over the course of this qualifying session. Barely, maybe just one or two drivers, but I think we will get there. White Fountain, meanwhile, on an in-lap, and Chris is not on an in-lap. He is looking to improve. First two sectors already behind him. Third one coming up, coming up pretty much also behind him at this point. Through the final corner he goes, and it is no improvement. 24 thousandths of a second down on his previous time. Let's see, who else do we have here? We have Everbrand Mike. Sorry, what?
That hurts when you get that close to improve.
yeah, it really does, yeah. Even more so because he was just in the standings right now. He is 67 milliseconds behind White Fountain. So it's even with his time that he just said, he was less than a tenth behind White Fountain. So he could have jumped a position if he just gained a tenth somewhere. And that really, I'm pretty sure that really bothers him. Meanwhile, Everbrand Mike moves up to P10 temporarily, instantly gets bogged down one position to P11 by Okiki, who himself puts a lap time in. King Jorit, the only one who's not on the softs, and he's not on the mediums either. He has gone for the hards. interestingly. Maybe another different strategy. Was that debris that was flying there? It looked like it did, but his car is in peak condition. There's no damage anywhere. I don't know what that was, but something just flew through the air. That was very, very weird to watch.
Oh no, in Codemasters there was probably something.
I mean, it probably was, yeah. Vitinho is on his outlap. He is about to start a lap. He invalidated his outlap, but that doesn't matter all too much. He is now going to start. Let's go on board with him and see what he can do. Turn 1 now. You can see the elevation changes here, especially in the first sector. It goes up and down, really. It's very, very tough. And very bumpy as well once you get out of turn 3 there. If you run too wide, it gets really bumpy. First sector done. We didn't see the sector split time stop, unfortunately, but let's see what the second sector is going to look like. Sorry, what?
Who are you on?
Vitinho.
Just thinking, because I could easily see those.
Alright.
17 flat is top 4.
Oh, wow.
Or, yeah, 17.
Yeah, I mean, he is in P5 right now, so, but less than a 10th to get a position on Lukey.
Second.
Yeah, but he's, so it seems like he's a 10th down. On Hamilton, he has invalidated his lap in the triple chicane of turns 11, 12, and 13. That is one of these spots where you can do that quite easily. And he just did. Lukek also invalidated his outlap, I have to say. Is he the next one, or is Dexter? No, Dexter will be the next one across the line. Almost everyone in the pits. This is now where the calm before the storm begins. More and more drivers now going onto the outlaps. We see Hamilton, Lukey, Spanier, Lukek, Ian, and Dexter out. White Fountain joined the party as well, as did Cam. There you go. And Scorpion, almost everyone out. Chris out on the track. Vitinho, Okiki, and Iverbrun Mike, as well as Jorit and Aero Specialist, the only ones in, and never mind. Okiki and Iverbrun Mike also joined the party. Vitinho, Jorit, and Aero Specialist, the final 3. Who remain in the pits. The question is, yeah, for Vitinho, I think qualifying's over. Jorit has made it out. Aero Specialist also. I think for both of these, qualifying at this point is over. Dex will now be the first one to set a lap time. This is the final chance for all of them. One shot, one opportunity. Sees everything you've ever wanted. One moment.
Oh, don't get us copyrighted, please.
Fair enough, fair enough. But Dexter through the first sector here. It is, I think it looked like a... Hold on. I thought the first sector... yeah. No, I was wrong. I thought the first sector ends after turn 6 and before 7. It ends after turn 4 and before 5. That's my mistake. Whoops. Through the second sector he goes. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. That is that you, Cam?
Me letting people by.
Yes. I just saw the very the blue dot there going slow. I thought that's got to be Cam. Second sector. Ooh, slight improvement by Dexter, but it's not going to be much. If he stays with that improvement, he's not going to go into the top 10 here. He needs a really, really banging third sector. Otherwise, he will start from outside the top 10. And let's prepare who we're going to go on to next. Vitinho is trying to make the outlap happen. He won't make it happen for him and Aero Specialist. The session is over. Dex will be the first one across the line. We have a yellow flag as well in Sector 1. That is on the exit of Turn 3 through Turn 4. And Dex moves up to P10, so he barely beats out Okiki by 7 milliseconds. For now, it's P10. Question is, and Hamilton is out. Hamilton is out. He is on provisional pole. Where did he blew his car up? That is a yellow flag for sure. In Sector 3, and there's a Ferrari going by. That is on the exit of Turn 19. Car is now gone. Green flag again. White Fountain, can he improve? He just comes past the spot where Hamilton put it into the wall. Turn 20, 21. Lukic moves up to P4. White Fountain does not improve. Chris, I think he's the last one with a chance here. Scorpion moves up to P5, bogs down Luki a position. Chris also doesn't improve. Now Okiki, can he make it into the top 10? No, invalid lap time. Ivan Mike, P12 remains, made a huge mistake. Cam, 13, I think your lap was invalid, wasn't it? And
maybe. Yeah,
and King Jorit, 14th right now, but on the mediums, he doesn't want to qualify very high, but he does, P9, and that on the mediums, he's the only one inside the top 10 not to start on the softs. Now, that is a massive strategic advantage for King Jorit come the race. P9 for him, but it will be SOR Hamilton on pole after a third place in qualifying last time out in Brazil. So he's moved up 2 places in that regard. Can he also move up 1 place with regard to the race result? He finished second last time, just behind Luki. The key for him, as I've mentioned time and time again, is going to be the penalties. But here's your result. SOR Hamilton on pole, White Fountain next to him. The battle had really heated up over the course of the last couple of races. Chris 3rd, Lukic 4th, Scorpion 5th, Luki P6, Vitinho 7, Spaniard 8, King Jorit 9, Ian 10, Dexter 11, Okiki 12, Avabran Mike 13, Cam 14, Aero Specialist 15, and Zach Jarvis had an accident, had a crash early on, did not set a lap time. He will start from P16. Now, Cam, unfortunately, I have to ask you to leave now, but one question before you do. What's your goal for this race?
Same as always, just finish. Do as well as you can.
All right. Well, good luck on the race then.
The weather.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, it's Abu Dhabi. Do we really have to look? I mean, yeah, we've seen IRL.
Cloud.
Oh wow.
There is a single cloud
that means it's going to rain.
At the end of the race.
A single cloud in Abu Dhabi means it's going to rain. We all know what that means. But thank you. And again, Cam, good luck for the race. And hopefully you do get some points. That would be a nice damage control there, or damage limitation.
Hopefully I finish in front of, who was it?
King Jorit and Scorpion.
King Jorit and Scorpion. King
J.
The J.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, him and Scorpion. 13 points is your gap to Jorit and 17 to Scorpion. So you even have a bit of a buffer there.
I shall leave you to do solo commentary.
I mean, I hope that Sam is going to join us rather soon. He just got done with the race, and he finished in P7 in the podium tier, so I expect him to join rather soon. I have sent him an invite. I might send him another. I don't know if...
there he is. Well, I'll take my leave then.
Is he in? Oh, there he is. Yeah, there you go. Hello, Sam.
Hello, what's up, mate?
Have you gotten an invite to the session, to the race?
Yeah, I'm now joining it, mate.
Okay, good. All right.
I need to end my stream because I did a stream for my league race, so I'll just end that now.
All right.
There we go.
We are right now looking at the formation lap.
Oh, so I was just coming just before the start then.
Yep. And we have SOR Hamilton on pole position.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time breaking the dominance of White Fountain, who has won 14 of the 20 races so far.
Jesus.
With the other 6 wins going to the 2 Ferraris and his White Fountain's teammate Simon. Luki has 4 in the Ferrari, Chris has 1, and Simon has 1.
I believe Hamilton's had great qualifying in recent weeks, if I'm correct. I'm not 100% sure because I don't really keep up to date with the position tier that much.
Well, that's what I'm there for. So Hamilton had good qualifyings and good races as well. I mean, he's got 36 points from, I think he participated in 3 races overall, One was a DNF where he easily could have won or gotten second place if he just had finished. The other two were second places where he could have won either one if he just had gotten less penalties. He always finished first on track, but he did not finish first after penalties. And that cost him both times. But yeah, his pace is certainly there. It's just his penalty, his discipline, let's say, his penalty discipline that is lacking. But maybe he learned, maybe this time around he can actually bring it home for his first win in One Hub.
Let's hope so, obviously. And obviously for Haas as well, the team is relying on him to get the win today. The Spaniard down in 8th as well, so he's got a potential chance. But he's got, obviously, the dominant champion, White Fountain, just beside him. It's going to be a very interesting and close race between these two. And obviously everyone else behind as well.
Yeah, I mean, the big disappointment, I would say, from qualifying is Lukey down in P6. We've seen him, as I said, he's second in the championship. As we are getting ready for the race, we have the race underway, and it seems to be a good start. Not a great start from Hamilton. White Fountain already alongside. White Fountain has the inside. Is Hamilton be able to defend it? Has to leave the track, but he stays in the lead. And we have yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, that is Crash.
Oh, there's massive crashes going on here. Cam has a 5-second penalty. Not sure that is warranted. Ian has a 5-second penalty. We have Vitinho, Ian, Aero Specialist, and Cam all involved in this. Spaniard turned around. Ooh, that was close. We have safety car. First safety car of the race. Just, what was that? 15 seconds after the race start? Maybe 20 if we're generous. That was quick.
You do get safety cars in this game quite frequently. Often, like when this patch first came out, I noticed that you're getting like 7 or 8 safety cars in a bloody race. So you could just not race the cars, basically.
Yeah, but I have to say that one was warranted, considering what we've seen there in on the exit of turn 1. My goodness, everyone with 4 cars on the track just turned around in one way or the other. And then you also had Spaniard turned around there on the exit of turn 3 as well. Was it turn 3 or turn 4? Hold on, it was turn 4 really. So yeah, definitely a warranted safety car here, and it's gonna be interesting now to see for the drivers as we have 5 of them on the mediums with King J, Zach Jarvis, Okiki, Dexter, and Aero Specialist. What are they gonna do, and what are the soft runners gonna do?
I think the medium runners, I noticed from earlier tonight, the medium runners ran a pretty good tactic, but in terms of the safety car, it's a little different. You might see a few drivers coming into the pits. Is that White Fountain coming to the pits?
Yeah, White Fountain comes in. Is he the only one? No, Chris comes in as well. Lukey, oh look at this, Lukey left a huge gap to Chris to not suffer from position loss on a double stack. Oh, that is smart. That is
right there.
That is very, very tactical, and now all the medium runners are going to go by. Look at this. Chris is already out of the pit stall, and no wait. There's a slight waiting time there for Lukey. Is he going to lose many positions? No, he isn't. He might lose one there. Let's see. Yeah, he's losing one to... no, he isn't. No, he's right behind Chris. Scorpion behind him. Then Lukek, Ivor Brunmag. All of them go on to the mediums, with the exception, it seems, of Aero Specialist, who goes on to another set of softs. Spaniard onto the mediums as well, and Cam onto a set of the softs. So we have 13 medium runners now, with only 3 soft runners. Hamilton, he may have screwed himself with this one, staying out on the softs. Everyone else came in.
I was going to say that Hamilton should have come into the pits, especially... looking at White Fountain, but as the leader and obviously on lap 1, you have all these decisions to make, but you've got to think about this track. These soft tyres, really before they start to get worse than the medium tyres, it usually takes only about 4 or 5 laps, so he has 4 or 5 laps to get, I mean, that's not going to happen, but he's got to gain over a 20-second gap over the medium runners.
Yeah, he
in
won't.
4 laps.
The only hope at this point I would say that Hamilton has is probably a safety car. Another one after this one. And very quickly.
I think if there's another safety car, if there was a safety car saying on like lap 9, I think he should stretch these slots for lap 9. If there was a safety car lap 9, lap 10, that's perfect for him. I'm not sure how long the hards can go on this track, but I know that people can definitely stretch it out to the end of the one stop. However, it just depends really what lap he comes in. He's got to think very strategic here.
Yeah, but with a track like this, with Abu Dhabi being a track where the balls are close at points, for sure, where, for example, on the exit of turn 19, it's very easy to, on the exit, hit the tire wall and instantly end your race and cause a safety car. I think... sorry, yeah.
Also turn 2 and 3. That's going to be an interesting one, especially towards the end of the race when the tyres are a little bit more. Now, if you catch too much of that curve, if you catch too much of the apex, that'll just leave you spinning for days and in the wall. So you've got to watch out. You mustn't take it too heavily when the tyres are starting to get worn.
Yeah, are the fuel levels going to be another factor in this? Because as the car gets lighter, with the worn tyres on top, turns 2 and 3 might even be more of a challenge. Is that a factor, or would you say it's really more about the worn tires, and if you have decent grip, then it's all right?
I think it's more about the worn tires in general, and also like the heat of the track as well. Obviously, this being Abu Dhabi, you expect it to be quite warm, especially towards the first stint. First and second stint are crucial because the weather is most likely to be warmer. The temperature's going to be warmer out there, so your tires are going to be much warmer on the track. As soon as it gets to night, I think it does cool down a little bit, but it's still a big caution there. So you've got to be very careful with your tyres, and especially with the softs as well. It's very hard to time when them softs are fully gone.
All right, so so Hamilton has a really big task on his hands here. I would expect the safety car to come into the pits at the end of this lap. We are going to get the notification most likely at the end of the straight in a couple seconds. Is it going to come? Yep, there you go. As if I could predict. I mean, I could, but it was pretty clear that was going to come. So safety car in at the end of this lap, and Hamilton already pacing down the field, making sure that he has a bit of a gap to the safety car. Not exactly the dumbest idea that he's doing here. That way he can control the restart very early on.
This restart's going to be crucial for him.
Yeah. The more of a gap he can pull between himself and Jorit and all the other medium runners, this whole pack behind him of the medium runners, as Zach Jarvis picks himself up a 5-second penalty for collision, a severe collision, and Jorit as well. They have come together. P2 and P3 have come together under safety car, and they both get a 5-second penalty for it. Here comes the restart.
Zach's got wing damage.
Yeah. That's probably what happened. One ran into the back of the other. Here comes Hamilton. Still hasn't restarted the race yet. Still taking it slow. And here we go. Restarts it right on the exit of the corner. And we are back under green. Into turn 1 he goes. That's not much of a gap that he has to King Jorit. Or anyone else. Oh, that was Okiki in the background. And White Fountain! White Fountain! White Fountain has spun on the exit of turn 1. He's down to last. White Fountain, I do not know, but SL Hamilton, meanwhile, is trying to pull a gap to King Jorit, and it seems like he does at least a bit. He certainly pulls a gap to Dex Dexter. That gap over 2 seconds by now already. And let's see, look at this. Who has benefited the most from this safety car period? I would say Zach Jarvis, probably 12 positions from the start.
I'm going to tell you now, though, he has got wing damage.
Fair enough.
Noticed, he's got wing damage, so unfortunately he's not going to get the best out of his car. He must let his teammate pass, in my opinion, if he wants to play the team game. He can't let pass here.
Let's go on board with Okiki here. Okiki is still a bit too far away, but now in Sector 3, Zach Jarvis is going to suffer, and everyone behind him as well. Because this is the sector where downforce is the most important, and he goes wide and lets him through. There you go, Chris as well. Lukey still behind Zach Jarvis, so he let 2 drivers through. One of them his teammate Okiki, the other being Chris. And now he's being basically a mobile chicane for the rest of them. For Lukey, for Scorpion, for Luke Keck, for Aero Specialist. And everyone else behind as well.
Ooh, look at,
and he goes into the pits. He goes into the pits.
Side by side there. Oh, Kiki close to hitting the wall. So, Kaya, sorry if I've said that wrong. I mean, I probably will say that wrong, but he's just made a move on Okiki there. So
Yeah, just call him Chris. Everyone calls him Chris.
Chris. That's very much. That's much straightforward.
Yes. But yeah, Chris probably with a very bold move, I would expect. That's kind of how he drives Ian out of the race. What happened to him? Let's see. Oh, yep. Safety car. Second safety car.
Safety car.
I'm not sure about this one.
Ian.
I have to say, yeah, Ian on the exit of White Fountain gets a drive-through penalty for speeding on a safety car. And now look at this. From Zach Jarvis' perspective, that's where the car is. I'm not sure that warrants a safety car. I think a Virtua would have done that. I think a Virtua might have done that. Considering Ian was way down the field, and that, I mean, this might save SOR Hamilton, I would say. Into the pits, he probably goes and gets himself the mediums, and this might bode well for his for the rest of his race, to be honest.
Thing is, though, like, obviously you've got the drivers now on the medium tyres, thinking because they'll have to pit again, so Hamilton will be able to stretch these mediums longer. Not only that, some drivers on the medium, some of the drivers on the mediums, especially the ones who started, are probably thinking of a medium hard strategy. But the problem is with two safety cars, especially at this point, it's basically just like a two-stop. So they're not safe time at all. Yeah,
it really is. Here comes Hamilton, Jorrit right behind him, and Hamilton comes in, Jorrit as well. So there's one of the medium runners already joining Hamilton. Dexter stays out. Chris stays out. Okay, all of them stay out, it seems. Let's skip through. No, Luke comes in. Ivor Bryn Mike comes in. They both have come in during the first safety car phase. White Fountain comes in as well. For him, it might be about... has he sustained damage during the incident on the restart? After the restart? Yes, he has. Oh, definitely. Left side. That's a new front wing for him. Much needed there. I think this might save him as well for a little bit. Dexter now in the lead of the Grand Prix. Who would have thought that after the qualifying? Or really at any point, he didn't even qualify inside the top 10. He was 11th. He was the first one outside the top 10. The first one with 3 tire choices, and look where it brought him.
Well, obviously, on the medium tires, obviously, he's got to try to stretch them now. Luckily, it's only 5-lap mediums, and also with the safety car as well, his tires will be quite cool, so they would not wear too much under the safety car. So he can stretch possibly... well, he'll have to do a medium soft, but he could potentially do a medium hard and actually make it work. Same with Chris, Kiki, and everyone else behind on those medium tires. I think they could make a one-stop work now.
Yeah, most likely. The ones who are, I would say, a bit in trouble are Aero Specialist and Cam, both on the softs. And Hamilton has moved on to another set of softs. Now, that I would say, if I interpret this correctly, I think that's a gamble from him. He thinks there's going to be another safety car period, most likely, within the next 6 to 8 laps. I think that's the gamble that he's putting his money on, by going on to the softs again.
It's very risky from Hamilton, if I'm honest. Especially with the drivers ahead of him, all of them choosing the medium tyres, and obviously Aero Specialist and Cam K Mom, they're in 7th place as well, but you've got him down in 10th place, and a driver who should be up there at the top. He's put himself in a rather awkward position now because this track is not the easiest track to overtake, I tell you that.
Yeah, and especially after the safety car restart, remember the first 2 laps after the safety car restart, no DRS, only on the 3rd lap is when it will be enabled. So he's going to have to make overtakes happen early on, at least, without this assistance, without the open front, without the open rear wing, rather. Excuse me. So that makes it a bit harder. But we do get one more lap behind the safety car. Again, I would expect it to come into the pits at the end of this lap. I don't think it'll stay out for that much longer. And expect the notification to pop up as we head into turn 11. So at the end of the 2nd DRS straight is usually when the notification comes around.
So not here. This is the first DRS straight we're on right now with Dexter in the McLaren. And then we get through the chicanes, or the chicane of turns 8 and 9. Interesting to see how he handles the safety car restart, because I don't think he's ever been in that position before. At least he hasn't been in one hub, I know that. But that's going to be interesting to watch. Let's hope everything goes well on this second safety car restart of the race. And we do get the notification, of course, that the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Let's see how slow he takes it at this point. Yeah, he slows it down a little bit to create a gap to the safety car, as I would say, as he should. You want to leave yourself as much space to the safety car as possible so that you can control the restart as much as possible, and you can be the unpredictable guy. You could literally start 3 corners before the finish line, or you could just restart the race right before the final corner. But he doesn't leave that much space. He doesn't leave that much space. My favorite trick when I was competing back in the day, you know, I'm quite old. Oh, 10-second time penalty for Okiki in third place. Yeah,
that'll be removed.
Yeah, most likely.
He's got a bit of a good start, but he's got away well.
Yeah, here we go. And Okiki already under pressure from Luki. Luki decides against it. Stays in fourth place for now. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. That's out of the final corner. That is Lukek, who must have made a mistake there, but everything cleared up again.
Saying that, Okiki
got and another yellow flag. Cam is out. What happened to him? Oh no, we have the next one out. Yep, same spot basically. Same spot. We just saw
what I said
it.
about turn 2 and turn 3 about the apex there. Like I said, you just can't get too much. Especially, I think he was on 6-lap old softs as well. So your tires are pretty old, and they're going to be more. It's more likely to spin there, and you mustn't get the apex too much, because otherwise that will happen. And a lot of drivers will have to keep that in mind when their tyres start to become worn, and that's where obviously we look at aero specialists, and look at Chris taking the lead of the Grand Prix there, beating out Dexter in that corner.
And we do have Cam with us now. Cam, tell us what happened.
I tried to go flat out through the dirty air specialist, and it brought me out wide, and I just bounced off the curbs.
That is unlucky. Do you think you're the age of your tires? You were on 6-lap old soft tires. Do you think that contributed to the crash?
No, I just tried to go too hard.
All right, so you're gonna take that as a driver error and take responsibility for that. All right. I mean, look, not every driver does that. So honestly, I gotta.
It was Ericsson.
Yeah, I think Ericsson hit us. White Fountain in the pits again. Did he have damage again? No. Did he serve a drive through? Because he didn't change tires.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Because he got one, I think, for you said like the hairpin or something. He did something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, speeding under safety car. Yeah, speeding under the safety car. And he got a drive-through penalty for that. Had to serve that. And yep, Lukey goes past Dex, and it's a Ferrari 1-2 at this point. They obviously cannot win the team championship anymore. They are 116 points behind, with only this race to go, so obviously that's out of the question.
Austin, if I can interject here.
Yeah.
I have the most recent results of the in the race. This Mercedes spun at the triple Apex game.
Was that Jorrit?
I have the most recent results in the racetrack. All right then. Lap 8 and 9. It's basically all SRR Hamilton.
Yeah, but SO Hamilton just left the server. He's driving around as a ghost car. Or is he back again?
Maybe he knows how naughty he's been.
No, he's still a ghost car, I think. Oh, this is hard to see. Yeah, he's a ghost car.
That's unfortunate, but either way, he had... Okay, let's see. There's about 5 infractions on each lap.
Oh, wow. DRS now enabled. Sorry to interrupt,
lap
but...
8, he exceeded track limits twice, got a penalty, a warning for illegal time gain.
Oh. And Aero Specialist is out. Safety car, number 3. Oh. Safety car number 3. Wow.
We complete the full
Is
lap
it again? I don't know. It's on the exit of turn 2. So to the left side this time. But yeah, in that spot, let's look at Okiki where he comes out of the pits here. And you can see the car. Oh, okay, we couldn't see it anymore. Yeah, it's gone by now.
I think it's despawned.
Yeah. But yeah, there's another one. Safety car now out on track and everyone's trying to catch it. The question is, Aero Specialist leaves the session. Yeah. 3rd retirement of the race. This is a very hectic race so far. We got a lot of safety cars. 3rd one now.
I love how my crash didn't even result in a safety car.
Yeah, yeah, good question. I thought a virtual safety car would have been enough for that, but it didn't even give the race that.
Anyway, now that
the
we're
yellow
on
flag.
Car, we can continue with
Yes.
SLR Hamilton's roasting, I guess.
No. But yeah, the penalty situation for him is quite a peculiar one, because I talked about this time and time again. The one thing, he's got the pace, he's got the qualifying pace as well. He's got everything. The only thing he doesn't have is the consistency and the penalty discipline.
I mean, he got 2 penalties in 2 laps.
Yeah.
You have to be trying at that point. He got illegal time gain again on lap 9, so I don't know what he's doing.
That is speeding out of the safety car, basically.
Oh. But only getting the warning for it? Alright. So Specialist has a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dexter and Vitinho...
Really crashed out.
Yeah, Dexter and Vitinho were in the pits, both onto the mediums. Everyone else stays out, including White Fountain, and Okiki also comes in. There you go.
Let's just say, Zach Jarvis is up from 16th
to 5th, yeah. And he had a front wing change, or does he still have the damage? Let's see.
Yeah, front wing change. Surely he didn't. Surely he recovered it.
Yeah, he did. Yep, perfect front wing.
He has 10 seconds of penalties at this point in time, though. So.
Zach Jarvis?
Yes.
Yeah, but that might get removed. If it happened under the safety car, he might be able to appeal it, because the 10-second penalties tend to only be given out under safety car, I feel like.
2 5-second penalties for 2 severe collisions with King J.
Oh, yeah, that's where he got the front wing damage from. But he again,
King J got 1 5-second penalty for
for the same collision. Yeah. Yeah, the question is, we haven't seen it, but it might be that the stewards decide that some of these penalties might get removed, either for Zach Jarvis or King George, depending on who is considered at fault. Because basically both drivers got penalized for the same collision. Zach Jarvis got 10 seconds, King George 5. Yeah. Question is, were they both at fault? I got my
own 5 seconds for that lap 1 crash. I had gotten my car stopped.
Oh, Luke has spun under the safety car. What is going on?
Grosjean. Ericsson hit him.
Yeah.
Ericsson hit him.
He's in the wrong car for that. He's in the racing point. Oh, and now everyone else is being told to let him back by, or what is going on here? Why are they slowing down? White Fountain, what is happening? Spaniard into the pits. And Lukek into the pits has to repair his front wing. Is Spaniard into the pits for front wing as well? Let's see. Does he change the front wing? We can't. No, he serves a penalty? They're waiting 5 seconds. Yeah, he served a penalty under safety car. Is that even possible?
Yes, because as I was saying before, Lukek spun. I got my own 5-second penalty in that lap 1 crash and served it immediately under penalty.
Oh, there you go.
Caution.
In
the pits.
That is unusual. I don't think that should be the case.
I don't think that should be the case either, but it let me do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not asking questions if you get a handout like that, right? Meanwhile, Lukic also back out on track, and we still have a Ferrari 1-2 here. But yeah, Zach Jarvis, he might actually go to the end now on those hards. 7 laps old, but remember, there were 2 safety cars in between, or well, in between really. One where he did go on to the hards, and then this one now.
Oh, this is like, never mind.
Cam, so much excitement for nothing.
On my screen, King J just did the mother of all drifts down into the the chicane.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that under safety car. You know, that's kind of weird. You know, ruining your tires when you're trying to. I don't think, is he gonna try to make it to the? No, not with those mediums. No, for sure not. But I'm kind of surprised. I have to say, I'm kind of surprised that Chris, Lukey, and Scorpion did not go into the pits. 10 laps old softs. Safety car notification comes rather late this time. Usually comes at the end of the second sector. This time we were another 4 corners into the sector. But, yeah.
It's usually when the field's fully bunched up. The field may be bunched up now,
fair enough.
But I think it was before then the field must have...
Fair enough. And Chris, this time, the one who determines the tempo. Lukic gets a 5-second penalty for running into Spaniard. Are you serious? What is going on?
Maybe Nick has a point.
Maybe.
Guys, we're going 50 miles an hour. Is it that difficult? Who has the
Chris with the slide out of the final corner. Remember, no one can overtake until the start-finish line. No safety car line before that, and Chris still keeps the lead here. But the 2 Ferraris trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Oh, that's a beautiful sky right there. Just a couple clouds. And otherwise blue with a little bit of purple in there as well. But we have no time for the skies because we have cars racing around this track. The 2 Ferraris in the lead. Scorpion, King Jorrit, Zach Jarvis, Iverbryn Mike getting overtaken. Iverbryn Mike lost a couple of positions, lost some front wing as well. Moving down, what, now 6 positions. He was in P6, now down to 12th. Really slow as well.
I think we should keep an eye on White Fountain. He is 6th right now.
Yeah.
And knowing his speed, it won't be long before he catches the Ferraris.
Yeah, most likely, yeah. Plus he has fresher tires. He has better tires than Zach Jarvis, as he is on the hards. And he has the same tire history as King Jorrit and 4 laps fresher than the top 3. So he might be the fastest car on track right now, apart from maybe Okiki and Lukic, who are both on fresh softs.
Oh,
Zach Jarvis! It's getting really close there with White Fountain. Let's go on board with White Fountain to see how close it really gets from now on. Zach Jarvis is trying to hold on to that position with all he has. Look at the gap that the top 4 have already pulled on him. The hard's really not competitive around here, it seems. Lukic with the fastest lap. As I said, he's probably the fastest car on track. But White Fountain probably not that far behind. It feels like he's being held up by Zach Jarvis at this point. Oh, Zach Jarvis!
Oh.
And he's out. He's out. Do we get another safety car? He's in a very awkward position there. Virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car. Across the curves.
I mean, he has to really to avoid any kind of damage there, any kind of collision. But that is number 4 out of this race. We're down to 12 runners. But hey, it's great that we still have 12 runners after 4 retirements. That's all I'm saying here.
If anyone's going to crash, I would prefer it to be one of Scorpion or Spaniard.
Yeah, because of the standings, obviously.
Speaking of Scorpion, he is in 3rd right now. I just noticed this.
Yeah, that would be not enough to overtake you in the standings. He would need 2nd place. VSC over. VSC over. We're back under green. We are back under green, and the Ferrari is trying to pull away even further now. I want to try to stay on those cars that have rather old tires, because I think those are the ones who are most likely to crash. As
I'm gonna keep an eye on White Fountain. White Fountain is now released. He has does not need to worry about that pesky Williams in front of him anymore.
Yeah, he has 1.7 seconds of a gap up front to King Jorid, but that's probably going to come down rather quickly. There you go, 1.5. DRS enabled. That came rather late. Usually DRS gets enabled right after the VSC's over, right?
No, I think it's the 3. It's still on like the 3 laps after the actual safety car.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. You're right. I totally forgot about that. That's how rapid. That's how rapid. Yeah, sorry, Sam.
No, I'm here. I'm just downstairs making myself a drink quickly because I'm.
Oh wow! Okay, all right.
I'm a bit sweaty, so yeah, I need to make myself a quick drink. So I'll be back in a few secs.
To be fair, understandable. Oh, here goes Lukey on Chris. Overtake for the lead, and Lukey gets it done. Very clear, very easy, and ooh, a little bit of a slide there. And
close enough to DRS.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zach Jarvis is in the chat saying, just when I thought my luck is going to change. Yeah.
I know the feeling, my man.
Yeah, Cam is right there with you, man. But there's a new season coming up. Sign-ups start in 2 weeks. So, 21 more races to try your luck at. And maybe this time it has changed.
Fountain has gotten the gap down to King J to under a second.
Yeah, White Fountain is flying right now.
It's going to be in that DRS.
Yeah, it feels like King Droid is also being held up a little bit by Scorpion here. Scorpion also not the fastest, and King Droid doesn't find a way through. It feels like he's always looking. He's always trying to show himself in the mirrors of that McLaren, but no way through. Spaniard also pretty fast. Takes the fastest lap of the race for now. 39.7.
I'm gonna attribute it to the safety car, but the entire top 9 are all within like half a second of each other.
Yep. They're all within just over 4 seconds of each other. Spaniard 4.2, 4.3 down now. It's really close. Whoa, White Fountain getting really close there to the rear wing of that Mercedes in front. Now everyone has DRS. That's the unfortunate thing. If everyone has DRS,
I hear a train in the distance.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a trolley train exactly, but it is a train. It's too fast for a trolley train.
Who's gonna be brave down into the triple apex?
Yeah, it's a good question. Everyone's taking the defensive line here. Really close. Oh, King J, yeah, around the outside. He has it in there still. Oh, he barges his way through. What an overtake on the McLaren of Scorpion. Fantastic stuff. That is a fantastic overtake, I have to say.
Coming back at him.
Yeah, well, it's not really.
Do that.
Yeah, not there. There are some overtaking spots on this track, obviously, at the end of the 2 DRS zones, but there's a couple more, I would say, probably into turn 1. Maybe into the hairpin if you get a good first sector, or into turn 5, just after the end of, just at the end of sector 1. But not there, not when you have 2 right-handers basically in the braking zone, one of them in the braking zone. That's not fun. That's dangerous, really. But let's see.
Meanwhile,
Scorpion. Oh, King Jorid with a slide. King Jorid with a slide. Just caught that on the exit of that corner. This is the trickiest spot, maybe on the calendar, really. We see so many incidents there, so many crashes. Turns 2, 3, and 4 here at Abu Dhabi.
Scorpion and White Fountain will have DRS. The top 3.
Yeah, S.O. Hamilton in the pits, onto the mediums he goes. He will go to the end now. The same cannot be said for the top 5 at the very least. They will all not go to the end, I'm pretty sure. But Dexter, I'm going to tell you what, Dexter and Vitinho and Spaniard might be on for something here. They might go to the end with the top 5 all having to pit again. Unless there's another safety car, I think Dexter or Vitinho, either one, might actually be on to break the Red Bull Ferrari streak of now 20 races this season. out of 20.
Crazy to think. Not gonna lie, I can definitely see them doing it. Honestly, like you said, these guys have got a pit. 17 lap.
Oh, Lukey in the pits. Lukey in the pits.
Ooh,
those mediums. I can speak. Those mediums are probably getting quite old. So
yeah.
I was going on to another set.
Yeah. Well, for 11 laps, you wouldn't take the softs, would you? I think that's a bit too long.
That's a good point.
And he's not going to take the hards for just 11 laps. So
yeah, he's gonna go.
Mediums are probably the best choice here. Same for Chris and Scorpion. Well, no one did. But I would expect Chris and Scorpion to both come at the end of this lap now. Chris definitely, because he had to wait one lap. Otherwise, he might have actually come in. But you know, you want to avoid the double stack at all costs. So Chris had to stay out. And Scorpion most likely as well. I wouldn't take these mediums longer than 17 laps. Which is what they will have done at the end of this one. It says 16 there, but 16 when they came across the line, excuse me. Which means 17 when they have finished this lap.
Oh, well. Yeah, no, that's not relevant right now. Grace, 3-second penalty.
Yep. That might hurt him. But again, I'm still looking at Dexter and Vitinho and Spaniard. Lukic is going to have to come in again as well. 6 lap old softs. You can't take these 17 laps. So he's going to have to come in. The top 4 are going to have to come in. Dexter, Vitinho, and Spaniard. This would be a strategic masterclass from all 3 of them if they actually somehow bring this home and win. Chris comes in. Jorid comes in. So, Scorpion stays out. What?
I think this is the first time Scorpion's led a race.
I'm not sure, actually. He's always been kind of up there. But, yeah, with the safety car craziness, but look at who's right behind him. I don't think it's going to last too long. Oh, this is the worst position you could be in.
The Jaws. It's the Jaws music.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wonder if Scorpion and Dexter are in a party together.
Could be. I don't know.
Dexter's got fresher tires than both Scorpion and White Fountain. He could play a part in this.
Yeah. Here comes White Fountain. The Jaws music reaches its climax, really. And Scorpion just got eaten. White Fountain now in the lead. A very familiar sight for everyone who's watched one hub this season.
Jets into the distance. He's already 8/10 ahead.
Yeah. Scorpion's best move right now would be to let Dexter pass, but no one else. Try to hold up everyone else. Vitinho, Lukic doesn't really matter, but Spaniard, Luki's too far behind anyway, but keep the other ones behind, but let Dexter pass. Let's see what he's going to do. On board with Dexter here. You can see Scorpion struggling with the car. Ever so slightly.
Those tires have to be gone by now.
Yeah. I'm not sure that was the... Does he want to go into the softs for the final stint? Yeah, he pulls off. I don't think the softs... 10 laps on the softs?
Jordan and Chris...
Or 9 laps. 9 laps. Possible.
Jordan and Chris done that, so... We're not putting out the equation right now. Like you said, Dexter has got a good chance of winning. Same with Vitinho.
Yeah, Dexter and Vitinho have a good chance. I'm thinking, look, White Fountain has been on these tires for 14 laps. He's going to have to do another 9. So 23 laps on the mediums possible.
Oh, Dexter's made a mistake. Oh, he's lucky Vitinho's not close enough to him, but Dexter went well wide into that corner. I have to be careful that he mustn't do that again.
If I had to, I gotta tell you right now, if I had to put money down on who is gonna win this, it's between White Fountain and Vitinho. Dex, I don't.
Spaniard goes wide.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Dexter has the confidence on this track. He missed Apex. He qualified P11. Vitinho has shown time and time again that he's consistent. He's not the fastest, which, to be fair, is really hard in a league with White Fountain. But he's always been there. He's always been consistent. He's always had the race pace to get good race results. He's been on the podium 3 times. He's got 2 drivers of the day.
Vitinho's got wing damage.
Yeah, but he's also got the position. What is this going to be?
Oh, Lukac takes advantage and swipes 3rd from Dexter.
Yeah, but he has to pit again, remember. Vitinho pulls off into the pits. I'm going to tell you right now, I think this is a wrong call from Vitinho. I would have continued. Because you lose so much time in the pits as if you're Vitinho. Well, Dexter got touched by Vitinho and lost the positions there. Spaniard now up to P3 with Lukac in 2nd. What is going on? Now Spaniard seems in a prime position to win this race unless White Fountain somehow goes the distance on then 23 lap old mediums.
I don't think White Fountain's going to pit. If he pits with the pace that Lukey and Quace have and King J, he'll be... Oh, it's not worth pitting. He has to stay out.
Yeah, at this point, he has to try and somehow nurse these tires home. Yeah, you're right.
As well, though, so,
he'll fall back behind Scorpion in 8th.
Yeah, just about, yeah. Maybe he would be just in front.
He could be just in front if he does qualifying laps. But there's only 7 laps to go.
No, I mean, he could stay in front of Scorpion if he pits now.
Yeah, but I'm saying the time he'd lose and the amount of laps left.
Spaniard taps the rear of Lukac!
Oh no, Dexter! Oh, Dexter's
fine.
What is happening?
Lukey's gone past. Lukey's gone past him.
And front wing damage for Spaniard as well on the right side. What is going? Lukey now in a great position, I would say, because this whole group here has just dissolved. Spaniard, Dexter go into the pits. Lukac is going to have to go into the pits at some point. And oh my goodness, Lukey now chasing after White Fountain. And gets the position. Lukac really just opening the way there for the Ferrari. And now it's the question, is Lukey able on these fresh mediums to reel in White Fountain over a 2nd a lap? That's the pace he has to have, otherwise this isn't going to work. Over a 2.5 at this point, almost. 1.2, yeah, 1.2 really, pretty much. I think is the... If my math is checking out, I think 1.2 seconds a lap is what he has to gain on White Fountain. But he has free air in front of him, a lot of free real estate right there. And the gap, you can see it's coming down 7 seconds already. On the start-finish line, it should be at he can afford just over... If it's over just over 6.5 seconds, he's done a good job. 6.6, wow.
This race could get interesting.
Yeah, 6.7, so he's lost a bit there again, but depending on how the drivers take the entry and the exit of a corner, that is expected to happen. Nothing out of the ordinary here. 6.5, yep, 6.5. He's perfectly within plan. That's 1.1 seconds a lap for Lukey. 1.1, and he's in striking distance in the very last lap.
Lukey was 1.5 seconds faster through that lap.
Yeah,
than,
he's gonna reel him in.
Much quicker.
He's gonna reel him in. He's gonna get him. I'm like.
Oh, I found it struggling so much through that corner.
I'm leaning out of the window now. I'm saying, look, he's gonna get him. Lukey's gonna get him. Whether he overtakes White Fountain, I don't know, but he's gonna try at least once. He must.
White Fountain will be 6th, I think, if he comes out. So
no, White Fountain is not going to come into the pits. Why would he? At this point, you just hold on to these tires. You just nurse them home. Try to be nice to them. You know, it's Valentine's Day. Take them out to dinner. You know, accommodate them, and try to just bring them home.
Another thing that we need to look out for is ERS. White Fountain's always been great with his ERS management. And he's
at 65%. That is fantastic.
30.
Yeah. But that being said, it doesn't negate the fact that Lukey has over a second and a half on White Fountain. This time, oh my god, he's really... Lukey is flying right now. Absolutely flying.
We all thought he would.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lukey is currently the leader in the championship in terms of most Driver of the Day awards. He's got 4. White Fountain and King J have 3. So he's got more than anyone else. If there's one person who knows how to do damage limitation, I would say it's Lukey.
Speaking of King J,
he's in 3rd.
Right on.
Yeah. But 3.5 seconds now. This is going to happen. Lap 27, I would say. Maybe 26 if he's really fast. He can see him now. Let's go on board. At certain points of the track, he can see him now. In braking zone. Usually when White Fountain is in braking zones. Yep, right there. That's always... I feel like... you two are still racing. I've retired. I've used to. But I hope you can back me up on this. Whenever you see the driver you're chasing down, it just gives you such a big boost, such a mental boost that you go, all right, focus, concentrate, and you. To me, it always felt like I got a tenth or two faster per lap, whenever I could see the guy I'm chasing down.
Yeah, definitely. I think mentally, you just see that the car ahead of you is like in your sights. You just see him. There, you know you're getting closer, you know you just got to keep it consistent, keep it on the track, just make sure you're doing all the right things and just focus and concentrate. And sometimes you can concentrate a little bit too hard and lose it completely, and then other times you just...
I've been there too. I've been there. I've had that too, yeah. But 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds. I think at the end of this lap, White Fountain is going to be ripe for the picking. And Lukey...
You see his gamer tag on the onboards around some corners now, so
yeah,
you know he's definitely in that zone now.
Yeah. Can he get within 1 second by the DRS detection point? The detection point is right here. Oh, yes, I think he did it. I think he's in the DRS range. Yes, he is.
How much more grip he took through those through that chicane there.
It's incredible. Lukek with the fastest lap. Vitinho DNF. And
I think Virginia came into the pits and retired.
Yeah, we still see the... no, we don't see the dot anymore. But
Luke gonna need another straight.
No,
at the end of this straight,
this is the one. This is the one.
White Fountain's got
Lukey around the outside. Remember the grip he has. There they come.
Pushing him off the track.
Oh, White Fountain with a strong defense there. Keeps the position for now. But how much longer can he hold on? It's 3 laps and a bit for White Fountain to hold on to this and celebrate his 15th victory of the season. That would be a rate of... What is that then? 5/7. That's... oh god. 71... No, wait. Yes, no, 72% win rate. That's incredible. I don't think that has ever happened in real F1. That's how dominant White Fountain is. Yeah. Dominant is the only word, really, that describes White Fountain's performance here. But maybe not here at Abu Dhabi. He's going to have to use everything he has to defend this win from Lukey.
Surely
the question is now, think tactically about this. Is Lukey going to try to attack into the chicane, knowing that White Fountain will get the DRS on the second straight, or is he going to play it slow here? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. He's trying. He's trying.
Much more grip on that end of the chicane. He should be able to clear White Fountain pretty easily.
Yeah, he's passed.
So should see him now get away. Yeah, look at that much better exit than White Fountain. And White Fountain now couldn't.
White Fountain's too far away. Lukey takes the lead in lap 26 of 28, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing White Fountain can do And at this point, Lukey is just going to drive off into the distance and celebrate his 5th victory of the season.
Well, don't say that. There's still a full lap and a bit to go.
Two laps and a bit.
Two laps and a bit. I mean, Lukey could just
bottle it. I mean, yes, he could. I would be so surprised if he did.
Lukey on board with White Fountain. He's like on ice right now.
Yeah, that's the question. I'm gonna go on board with him every time he comes through this section here, turns 2 and 3, because and smartly so. He doesn't want to pull a Cam. Oh wait, Cam, you're here.
I think that was a little uncalled for.
I'm sorry.
Considering I wasn't the only one to crash at that corner.
That is true. But yeah, I'm sorry. you were there. I had to. But no, yeah, he doesn't want to do what. A couple of people have done so far this race. I mean, Cam, you were one of them. Ian was one of them. Zach Jarvis was one of them. Aero Specialist did it in turn 2, not turn 3, but still same section really. And we have 4 retirements just coming from that one section, and all of them pretty much, I would say, unprovoked. There was no other contact involved with another car. It was just them overdriving the car every time, and expecting the grip of the car. And so White Fountain, also, he's losing a lot of time to King Jorid as well. The gap's now under 2 seconds.
I was about to say.
Locking up the tyres, that's not helping him. Just locked up the tyres, that front right there.
Who did?
White Fountain are ancients by this point.
Yeah, the gap under 1 second now, with 1 more lap to go as they come across the line. Lukey, we can't just go to Lukey yet, even though it's the final lap, but we still have 2 drivers looking to change the order of the podium here. King Jorid being the first one. Oh, look at how slow White Fountain is. I hope Jorid adjusts for that. Yeah, he does. He knows full well he's trying to make it work here. No, he waits for it. Let's go. Let's look at Chris here. Chris's onboard perspective shows us very interestingly what's going on here. Oh, Chris revving out the car a little bit there.
So slow.
Yeah, it's agonizingly slow. Here goes King Jorid. Round the outside, and Chris still in the slipstream. Is he trying to pull the move off as well? Yeah, he's trying, but is he able to? Oh, they touch.
Contact.
Yep, they touch, but I don't think there was damage. Oh, now, oh, the exit of Chris, but he ran into the back of White Fountain, and now they both have DRS, and Chris is not going to be able to get the pass done. Or maybe under braking. Oh, deep, and they touch again. They touch twice. And White Fountain gets a 5-second penalty. Oh my. No damage on Chris's car, amazingly. But yeah. King Jorid.
That's actually a good point. Penalties may play a part in this too.
Yeah, but let's move over to Lukey. Final 2 corners for him. He will come across the line and win his 5th race of the season. The 6th win for Ferrari. Doesn't mean much. He's not going to win the championship, and that is Ferrari, but it's a win for Lukey here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. King Jorid comes across the line in 2nd for now. White Fountain moves down to 4th. Chris 3rd. With Scorpion moving... No, not moving that. I'm moving up the order. He stays in P5.
So close. Less than a 10th.
Less than a 10th, yeah. 17.3, 17.4. Dexter P6, that will remain that way. Spaniard P7. Iverbrand Mike goes past Lukek because Lukek has spun in turn 19. Spaniard P7, Iverbrand Mike P8. I'm losing my voice a little bit here. And then, yeah, Lukek P9. And he slows down there. Okiki will most likely take P10. And Esteban Hamilton will get a point for the fastest lap outside the top 10 because he's the only finisher outside the top 10.
Yeah, he's the only one outside the top 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hamilton jumped Okiki.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Ow.
I don't know.
Okay. I just as the race was going, I just kept noticing okay getting like 5 seconds. So
yeah. That might be removed towards the end, or by the stewards, though. Some of it may be. We don't know, but the stewards are going to have a bit of a job on their hands, I think. Not too much. It wasn't exactly Monza levels of controversy, but certainly a bit. But meanwhile, Lukey celebrates his 5th win this season, and most likely he will return to the Precision tier. Whatever it will be called next season, we don't know. There's so much in flux right now. But Lukey takes the victory here. And Sam, we are going to have to choose drivers of the day. You pick one, I pick one. You go first.
It's so difficult. So many different people out of position from where they started from, and they all had just class races. But, I mean, I would go for Lukey, but I just think that King J deserves it.
Just pick one. Pick one.
I'm gonna go for King J because simply he started 9th place. He's got to 2nd place, and also just kept a calm head, had the strategy correct. Obviously didn't win the race, but it was close. So I'm going with King J.
Yeah, I knew the moment you said both those names, I was gonna pick the other ones. So I'm gonna pick Lukey on this one. From 6th place, his qualifying really didn't look too good. I said at the start of the race, I said he was the one disappointment in that qualifying. When you had Hamilton, White Fountain, Chris in the top 3, you would expect Lukey to be at least top 4, but no, he was behind Lukek, and he was behind one other driver. I don't even remember who it was. I think it might have been Vitinho. Only P6, and then he goes on to win the race. So fantastic stuff from him, and a well-deserved victory there from the Ferrari driver. But those are your two choices for driver of the day. Expect the poll to be up on the Twitter account at OneHub Racing probably by tomorrow. That being said, I think it's probably best to once again talk about Season 15 coming up. Now the Season 14, at least for the Precision tier, is in the books. Sign-ups open February 28th, so in 2 weeks from now, sign-ups will open, and a bunch of new stuff. Mandatory 2 stops are back at OneHub. Qualifying night returns. Trophies and prizes for the top 3 drivers in each tier in the championship, plus the winning team. We remain the only league to offer points for the fastest lap in and outside the top 10. That does not change. We still have our partnership with Next Level Racing. Each tier winner, just like this season, White Fountain, I'm pretty sure he already got his wheel stand. But each tier winner will get a Next Level Racing wheel stand. For more information, go to nextlevelracing.com. We also continue the partnership with the Mental Health Foundation, the official OneHub Racing charity. For more information on them, go to mentalhealth.org.uk. And the final bit of information for the first time, we will have, or I don't know if it's for the first time, but we will have a season entry fee of a mere £5. For more information on Season 15 and everything you just heard and everything you've just seen, go to onehubracing.com. And we are going to hand it over now to the Pinnacle tier. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. There you go. I wasn't sure because we had a tier that, we dropped over the course of the season. But we don't talk about that. But yeah, the Pinnacle tier is on right now. They are towards the end of qualifying. And it will be, as always... oh, wait, no. Kieran McGinley is not on comms. I just got disconnected. All right, that was interesting. But, we are done for the season here. The Pinnacle tier is not. Kieran McGinley not on the call, so it probably is only Jamie Metcalf.
It's Jamie and Liam.
Oh, Liam. Okay, so Liam JHMC12 from the podium tier as well, right? He's a podium tier driver.
Yeah, he is a podium tier driver.
So those two on comms because Kieran unfortunately has internet issues. But nonetheless, go over there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next season.